Money grows, peace can grow. Money that grow, only money grows.
What's up, YouTube fam? It's your man King Marcel, and we back with another video. So like I was saying in my last video about the war being just a distraction and also being a plan for them to further the new world order that they are trying to bring upon us, I'm just glad that I'm not the only content creator who is putting those pieces together. So we got another Melanie King video to check out. Make sure you guys go over and subscribe to her as well as to subscribe to this channel, because she is bringing a lot of content. She's bringing out a lot of content and exposing all of the things that they are doing to keep us in this state of delusion. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do drop a video here. We on the road to 500 subscribers and we almost there. I believe we only got 28 more. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit the comment section up. You know what I'm saying? Let's start a dialogue. Let's start talking to each other and bringing forth the information that we all know to put this puzzle together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all are in this together. So if we remain that way and in that frame of thinking, it's no way that they will be able to implement these plans that they are trying to bring upon us all. But without further ado, let's get right into this video, because this one is, again, putting together all of the pieces on how they are trying to keep us diluted and how it's furthering their plans. It's not like some more lockdowns are coming, y'all.
Listen up. Here comes the energy lockdowns. Fuel stations run out of diesel across Australia. Waiting for days, India feels impact of gas supply chain disruption. Vietnam braces for flight cuts from April after China and Thailand ban jet fuel exports. Iran war ignites African race to keep gas pumps flowing. And another article that we all need to be paying attention to: what soaring diesel costs amid war with Iran mean for meat, vegetable and fruit prices. So why is there an energy lockdown coming? The IEA now wants alternating license plate restrictions, which means you will not be allowed to be on the roads on certain days. They're also talking about reducing all road speed limits everywhere, so that traveling by road is increasingly suffocating and slow. Let's go over their 10 recommended measures. Number 1, work from home. That sounds familiar. Number 2, reduce highway speed limits. Number 3, shift to public transport. Number 4, increasing carpooling. Number 5, adopt more efficient driving practices. Number 6, car-free Sundays or alternating license plate restrictions. Number 7, improve fleet efficiency. Number 8, avoid non-essential air travel. Number 9, switch to electric or modern cooking solutions. And number 10, leverage flexibility in petrochemical feedstocks. Welcome to the Great Reset. And yes, this was all planned.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, every world leader, every one of them is playing their part.
You should get life insurance.
And bringing this stuff about. Sorry about the ad, y'all. Let me get rid of that real soon.
Lost weight, exercising every day, and he had a stroke.
But it was like the COVID situation that happened in 2020 was just like the test run for this. Because all of that was done by consent. Like we all, because it wasn't me. I didn't go along with none of the stuff that they was doing during that time. Not the mask wearing, not getting the vaccine, not doing none of that stuff. I didn't go along with none of that stuff, but a lot of people did. Most people did. But this that's coming, these lockdowns that's coming this time, they're going to try to force them on everyone. And I want everyone to understand that that's the move that they're making. It's going to be forced. They were trying to get us in the mindset, like with the predictive programming, with all of the stuff in the Simpsons and in the movies and stuff. They was all getting us prepared for when they forced it upon us and try to make it the norm. We can't not allow that to happen. And if we do, it's just proving that the things that's in the Bible are 1000% true. But people want to still, I don't know what you guys think is happening, because it's the fact that no one is talking about it. No one at my job is talking about it. I'm barely seeing any discourse about it except for a couple content creators on YouTube. Everybody's just going on like everything is normal when things haven't been normal in years, and it's disturbing.
Yes, guys, that is the point that we are getting to. In fact, that is why I switched my content last year and started talking about the 2030 agenda and how all of these different pieces were moving in place behind the scenes. Most people were not paying attention. so that they could enact their new world order. And it's talking about the WEF, which we are still part of, digital ID. I have something about TSA I want to bring up in another video, and how I think they're going to usher in digital ID, speed it up, as well as we know we still have the nearly 20 bills that will silence you online, end freedom of speech online, and also enact age verification through digital ID. That is a bipartisan, left and right. That is what they're trying to push through right now, on top of these other things. All right. And we've seen the censorship. We've seen the crackdown with all of that, so they can continue to enact their agenda, put this out. And really, people cannot share information, can't speak truth. And you just are getting it from the mainstream media.
Yeah.
And it is vitally important that you understand that the COVID style, like era level of lockdowns, well, this would be 10 times worse. We are talking about a global shutdown of every part of life, banking, healthcare, the list goes on and on. But I could never figure out how would they get those pieces to move together, especially the stuff I'm seeing with AI. And they're saying that no one will have phones by 2030. Everything will go to the Neuralink in your brain. This is what Elon Musk and the Nokia CEO said. And I've just been seeing these things ramp up. And then tying in the spiritual side of things with the third temple going up. And then we're seeing the signs and wonders in the sky, the birth pains in the earth. Hawaii right now is having an unprecedented flood.
Yeah.
Things that are just taking place, and it is so difficult to keep up with.
And the fact that situation is going on and it's barely any media coverage on that. And if you guys didn't know that was going on, I've asked you all to look into that too. This weather has been going crazy lately. And if you've been looking at the Weather Channel or looking at the weather apps, you've been noticing too that half the time they are wrong. They are totally wrong about what they think the temperature is going to be, and not by a little bit, by almost 10 degrees every day. They don't know anymore. And it's like, again, people just acting like everything is normal. No one's talking about it. I work out in the elements. Some people be coming to work dressed one way, and it turns out to be a total different weather anomaly that happens that day. A lot of people was dressing like it was going to be warm, and then it's cold, or it's cold and then it's warm, because they're not paying attention. They're just going off of the face value of everything's normal. They've been predicting the future. Not the future, the weather, but that is in the form of predicting the future, because it's literally called a weather forecast. A forecast is literally them saying what they think the future is going to be. And they've been wrong. But they're going off the notion of, hey, they used to be right. Man, they ain't been right about this weather, I feel like, none this year.
I've been praying that we can pay attention to those things, but you need to understand where this is leading. And this war that's going on, and particularly with the Strait of Hormuz, what is happening in the Middle East, in the Persian Gulf, directly impacts us, and it is already impacting us. And I'm going to play some of that for you. But I wanted to put this on the screen because many people are starting to say that the COVID lockdowns, this is getting the ball running. This is about to start. And other countries right now, they're already under partial lockdown. Like Wednesdays are off in some countries now. They're making people conserve energy, turn off air condition. Like, the governments are doing that because not only are they not able to get new oil, their reserves are running out within a few days to a few weeks. And we are talking about Australia, Japan.
And it's all forced.
Like, this is a global crisis. But again, these are the things that were supposed to happen. I just didn't know how, but now we can see. So I just wanted to put this on the screen bigger for you guys who don't, maybe aren't on X or seeing everything. In fact, let's move it down, make it like just a little bigger. Hold on. Because I want you to see it. I want you to, if you aren't aware, and I just want to repeat what she said so you can understand it. Saying work from home where possible to save petrol, and reduce highway speed limits by at least 10 kilometers an hour to reduce fuel usage. Now, this is a international version, but it's here for the U.S. as well. We're under this, and it's going to continue to escalate. Encourage public transport to reduce oil demand. Limit car access to roads in large cities through a number plate rotation scheme. Remember, I did a couple of reports on the flock system, camera systems, where they are in even those orange barrels on the side of the road. And they even have facial recognition that is actually rolled out in the UK and other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And they are hidden. And now Flock has a partnership with Ring cameras where the police, law officials can actually tap into your Ring camera along with the Flock if there's, they're looking for a suspect or to review a crime. Yes, that's already baked in to your system. If you haven't checked your system, see if that agreement is already switched on for you. At some point, you won't be able to turn it off, but for now you can. So understand they're tracking us. They're able to, the technology is there and it's already rolled out. And then also the government just did a bill, it just approved for every car in 2027 going forward has to have a kill switch in it so that they can turn your car off anytime they want.
Like, why they need
I kid
that?
you not, this just rolled out. Just rolled
out.
out.
Insanity.
Wow. Increase car sharing. Encourage efficient driving for commercial vehicles through load optimization and vehicle maintenance. Divert LPG used from transport to preserve it for essential needs like cooking. Avoid air travel where possible. Look what's happening with our airports.
Exactly.
TSA. You think it's just a coincidence that TSA is not being...
And I just found out that they're replacing the TSA officers with ICE officers now. And that they talking about that if the ICE officers don't work out, they're just going to send in the National Guard because they are trying to militarize everything. From us using our own vehicles to us flying to us, because they don't want us to leave. Once things get as bad as they gonna get, they don't want us to migrate to another place because they need us. Like I told you all through my Unum Sanctum videos on TikTok, and I think I'm going to bring them to YouTube. But literally, we're the money. Through your Social Security numbers, we are the money. I've proven it. But a lot of people, you're just a conspiracy theorist. That's not the case. Not understanding what sovereignty is. You guys have to learn these things. And I employ all of you to start your own trust. Put your birth certificates in your trust. Because if you don't, and you don't send a document to them saying that you are not subservient to them, you're not a child, that you can take care of your own affairs for yourself, then they're running your affairs for you. And I'm trying to stress these things to you all, to do the research, but people don't want to read. I don't want you guys to just take what I say as face value, because we've been doing that with these folks. You have to learn these things, or you're going to stay in a state of delusion where you can be taken advantage of. And this is the time when we need to not be taken advantage of. You need to be aware of everything that's going on for the sake of yourself and your families. Like, it's like talking to a wall when you get to talking about this stuff, man.
And funded and what's happening. And then we're having crashes. We're seeing there's a 4,000 plus shortage of air traffic controllers. And now, because of this, they are allowing people to just take a quick course at different community colleges, no 4-year degree needed, and you can go into you enter that program. Like, you get a job as an air traffic controller, and I believe it's starting at $100,000.
Y'all trust that?
Some of you are looking for work. That's where you need to look. But understand that is what's happening. That's where we're seeing crashes in Colombia right now. A military plane went down because this is a crisis worldwide. Worldwide, we just get most of our news here. A helicopter just crashed in Florida. I mean, the list goes on and on. So not only people don't want to fly, but then the gas prices are going to be so high that it's going to be untenable to fly. Like if the United had the CEO put out again, the second time, that prices for airfare are about to dramatically increase for the foreseeable future, at least through the end of 2027. And then again, they're canceling flights. Flights are delayed. People are scared to fly because there's meteors landing all over the country. More today, more yesterday. It's an increasing number that we know are part of the end time signs, right? So I just want to explain this because this is not to fear, but to inform you and to maybe wake up people who are not, they're asleep. they're not really paying attention. They're planning vacations and they're thinking they're going to live their best life. And that's just not going to happen. We are now, the new world order is being ushered in at a rapid pace, in this war in Iran is the thing that was the catalyst to finally put all the pieces they've been planning for years, finally put those pieces together and lock us down. There's layers to this. There's no voting out of this. There's no country, politician, government. Nobody is coming to save us. This is part of the plan. But we know things are supposed to get worse, not better, according to the word of God. And now we can see. All right. So encourage electric cooking. Okay. And other options to reduce reliance on LPG. Help industrial facilities switch between different petrochemical feedstock to free up LPG.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
But I have more.
Okay, hold on a second. If we were in 2019 right now and someone made a video saying, hey, here's what's going to happen in 2020, 21, and 22, including the 2 week to flatten the curve, which turned into 2 or 3 years, and all the other crazy stuff, you'd want to hear about it, right? To be prepared, to be aware, to know what's coming around the corner. Well, we have an idea as to what is about to happen because of the energy crisis that's looming right now and really in the midst. So listen to this. The International Energy Agency released their Sheltering from Oil Shocks report on Friday. And they listed steps. This is kind of like when we have advisories coming out of the World Economic Forum saying, well, we should probably do this if we want to slow the curve. This is another version of that. And this is what they're suggesting to do to be able to slow or stop the effect of the supply shock. So this is a 10-point plan. And if we were to follow the plan, restrictions to movement would be apparent. Now, to clarify, some of this is not confirmed. Some of this is opinion. Some of this is conjecture. We're wondering how exactly this is going to pan out. But listen to this. You got to read between the lines. Alternating days that you can drive on the road based on your license plate. Speed limits lowered everywhere. This is just what they've tabled. It's not confirmed. It's not mandated or anything yet. Car-free Sundays was suggested. This says 40% of flights cut, but that's not confirmed. 40%. But there would be less air travel. Working from home is already being suggested in Vietnam, Thailand, and all throughout Asia. Carpooling would be heavily suggested. And also people would want to do that anyway if the price of gas and diesel is through the roof. Now, they're going to call this temporary energy measures. We know that. However, remember, it was supposed to be 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and it lasted 2 years. They're calling it temporary energy measures during a war, but wars last decades. We know during Shmovid-Shmyteen, that took away many people's right to gather. This could affect our right to move. Now, I don't have all the answers to this or solutions per se, but we need to stay strong like we did during 2020. Be aware that other things are going on and spread awareness.
So that map that you just saw him, he's talking about, this is it right here. Maybe you can screenshot it and flip it around, but this is as big as I can get it. But it's the energy lockdown and it's in German, but understand this is, guys, this is a worldwide thing. Yeah, and if you can't see the writing on the wall, I think most of us at this point, we can see the writing on the wall. And just for good measure, because I have not shown this in probably over 2 months, been talking about so many other things, but it's so funny. They have this 10-point plan, but this is the WEF's agenda. And this is what I've been focused on because this right here is how they plan to, this is the beast system. This is essentially our prison, our beast system prison that they have built. And it is fortified and they have everything ready to go. Literally. But one of the things, and guys, like I've told you, it affects every part of your life. Sorry, I'm gonna make it really big so you can see it. But look at, here it is. Travel and mobility. To book trips and to go through border control between countries or regions, meaning you have to comply with the digital ID. Digital ID is not the mark of the beast system. That's not. Nor is Neuralink. I told you what I believe it is that patch from Bill Gates that inserts permanent quantum dots under your skin. It can also insert vaccinations, and it also does gene manipulation. It permanently changes your DNA. On top of that, it puts a QR code permanently under your skin. Goes on the hand or the forehead. And what did Bill Gates say? Which this is funded by Bill Gates. He said that no one will be able to function in society without the digital ID. But that digital ID is tied to your, what they're going to call first your vaccine passport, because they are already drumming up also. We're going to have another COVID-like thing. It's
like, how do they know that? How do you know there's going to be another sickness that comes out? Because isn't it obvious that they're doing this to us? They're the perpetuators of all of this madness that is going on, and trying to frame it as they're the saviors, they're the heroes. This is demonic. All to further the beast system that they're trying to force us under. And it's like people are acting like sheep and willingly going towards it and treating the people who trying to get y'all to understand this is what's happening to us as nuts. We're the crazy ones. When these people are literally insane, they see their power structures falling, so they're trying to lock everything down before some type of revolt happens. And it's like, man, what a time to be alive.
More pandemics. I mean, they are really going to lay it on thick because they actually want to reduce the population as well. I've shown you that on like my New World Order map, which I'll show you at the end. But look, travel and mobility, food and sustainability, financial services, healthcare, telecommunications, 2 telecommunications. One is for your phone, right? And service providers. The other one are devices, monitor devices and sensors transmitting data such as energy usage. So that now they have to ration the energy. So that ties into you driving
because of those data centers.
Are you seeing that coming together? Air quality and traffic congestion.
And not just that, the food that we eat. They're going to start to track our carbon footprint on the food that we eat. I don't know if you guys know about that giant fire that's going on in all of the farmland right now as well. All of these things going on at the same time. It's too many of them going on for it to be just a coincidence. But that's what they're trying to make it seem like. That it's all just a big coincidence. It's not. Especially when you find out that the fire that's going on, I forget what state that is going on right now. I'm about to do a video on it. But all of that farmland that's being burnt, the fire was started by the government. Literally. But no, this is all a coincidence, and we're not doing all of this stuff to further our beast system. This is all just happening by accident. Come on, man, this is nuts. Trump still has not come out and gave us a legitimate reason why we attacked Iran. If anyone knows, let me know down in the comment section, because I've been watching this stuff very carefully every day. There is still no legitimate reason why we are fighting Iran right now. But everybody's just going along with it. Everybody's just okay with it. There's no protest. There's no one saying anything. Everybody just acting so mindless about it. That's why I can't talk to folks in person, because it's like talking to doorknobs. Everybody still talking about sports and LeBron and all of this foolishness going on. It's real life stuff happening.
That never made sense to me. I was thinking of pollution. They're trying to still do this whole pollution thing. No. This is going to be the excuse for it, right? Government, you won't even be able to file taxes, vote, collect benefits without it. Social platforms, this is already underway, where you cannot use social media. You can't even get on the internet. E-commerce, no man can buy or sell lest he bears the mark. E-commerce, to shop, to conduct business transactions and secure payments. Humanitarian
Make sure y'all go subscribe to her.
There is none at this point from the government. None at all, with all the different crises going on, earthquakes, and I mean, the list goes. I haven't had time to cover it all. But to access services, to demonstrate qualifications to work in a foreign country. Okay, so but look, to book trips, to go through border control between countries or regions. We know ICE is now at the airports, but now they're talking about deploying the National Guard. All of this is coming together worldwide, not just the U.S. I mean, every single one. I told you, they already confiscated, the government there confiscated 90 million bank accounts because those people did not comply with digital ID.
Insanity.
The only way to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is either a massive land invasion to secure the shorelines from missiles coming in that the Iranians have by the hundreds and thousands, or it is regime change. Both of those are bad ideas. And the math doesn't work for an escort mission. What I mean is there's a lot of talk now about having Navy ships escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, it's a kill box and it's like the worst ambush spot you could possibly be. But on top of that, the math makes no damn sense. Okay, let me show you. During the Iran-Iraq War, when our Navy was double the size it is now, okay, let me repeat that. When we had twice as many ships then as we do now, we only got 35 ships a week through. Well, guess what? Normal traffic is 900 ships a week. On top of that, there are 3,200 ships trapped behind the Strait of Hormuz in the Persian Gulf. 3,200.
Didn't know
so
that.
Just to get those out, even if we doubled the size of our Navy, would take 18 months. That's not getting any new ships through. That's getting the 3,200 that are stuck out.
Wow.
Okay? So if you think we can go without the Strait of Hormuz for that long, you're crazy.
The United States produces more oil than any other country on Earth. So why does this conflict with Iran hurt us so much, especially with gas prices and everything else? The United States pumps over 13 million barrels of oil every single day. More than Saudi Arabia, more than Iran, more than everybody in the world. But we still need to buy oil from other countries. How does that even make sense? Well, that's because the oil type that we pump is the wrong type of oil. The oil that we pump out of the ground is light and sweet. It's really good oil, but we can't use it. Why? Because we're not set up for it. Our refineries were built almost 50 years ago, and they were meant to refine heavy oil, which comes from like Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. Our oil is almost too light for our machines, so we just sell it to other countries. In turn, we buy heavy oil from other countries, and that happens every single day. Now, you're probably
that's why people are saying, oh, the gas that they're putting in their cars is burning faster. Yeah, because we're using our reserves. We're using our oil, and our oil is different from the oil that we've been using. So that's why it's burning faster. And even still within, why did we stop producing our own things? We sent all of our jobs over to China, India, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, all of the jobs that could have been used here, like our oil refineries, our steel mills, all of these things we are now outsourcing when the United States literally is like a gold mine when it comes to these industries. Because all of this is being purposely done. I need you guys to understand that. And it's been planned for decades that this event that is going on with Iran and them blocking this strait, it's all to push this agenda of the one world government. But if you guys are going to stay in this state of delusion, these folks just going to walk all over us like they've been doing.
The same question that I did, which is, why don't we just change over our refineries to just produce the oil that we pump out of the ground? The real reason is that it costs over $1 billion just to change over one refinery. And the reality is that most government officials won't even touch this. It goes back and forth, but never ever gets done. We're stuck in a broken system and no one has bothered to fix it. If you want to know why no one has tried to fix it, just follow the money. The oil companies lobby for politicians. Now, in the United States,
lobby is just a cute word for bribing. They are bribing our politicians to sell us out. These people are political actors. Again, I told you all through my Unum Sanctum videos that these folks haven't created a real law here since 1871. Literally. I'm going to bring the Unum Sanctum videos to YouTube because I really need you all to understand what's going on. These folks they're for show. And we need to abolish this current government. We have no choice at this point. But people steady, even with the Epstein files, no, it's the Democrats that's doing it. No, it's the Republicans. It's both sides of the aisle that's doing this, folks. I had somebody who unsubscribed from me because I said that. Talking about I was on Trump's side. Have you not been watching my videos? I'm not on Trump's side. I'm not on no Republican side. I'm not on no Democrat side. All of this stuff needs to be abolished because these folks are not in charge for real. They're following a certain group of people that if you say who they are, they come for you. Literally. When they aren't even the people they are claiming to be. My people are the Jews. So anybody else claiming to be something that they're not, there should be a red alert going off. Like this, goodness gracious.
Anyway, so why all the fuss over the Strait of Hormuz? Well, the reality is that the GCC states need that strait to be open because that's the only way that they get food. About 90% of their food actually comes through that strait. Additionally, there are allies. And we have other allies that are in Southeast Asia and all over the world that need that strait to be opened to get oil. If Japan does not get oil through that strait, they could be out of oil in 8 months, which would be an absolute disaster for them and many other countries around the world. On top of all of this, we trade oil in dollars around the world. We need to protect the dollar. That is our superpower, not our military. There's a lot at stake here, and this was just a thought experiment to get you to think about how these things have shaped up. The next 90 days are going to be very telling to see what happens in the United States, but also all over the world. And I can't help but think, what if we would have just swapped out those refineries 50 years ago and just produced our own oil? Would we ever be in these conflicts?
We wouldn't. So, and that's the point.
You guys get the idea of what is going on. Like, we're not safe here. And I have been seeing, dozens of videos now. People are talking about gas, not just the gas prices costing more, but they're saying something's wrong with this mix, this blend. They are not getting the same mileage. And I'm seeing the same thing over and over and over.
Our reserves.
And how it's just not lasting like it used to. But I'm gonna do a whole video on that because people have different things that they have discovered, tricks that are going on at the pump. It's crazy, like weights in there and faking and the thing running up while the person's not even pumping, and it just keeps going up and up. Yes.
Hey yo, not only are the gas prices high, but this gas is burning fast as shit. Y'all ain't slick. Like, I can tell my gas is going fucking way faster than it ever has before.
Same.
And you gonna charge motherfucker almost $4 a gallon?
So people are angry, people are cussing, people are doing that. I'm telling you, don't do it. Like, you can get angry, you can do all of that, but we know that this time is coming, right? This is the appointed end. And some people say, should I just lay down and not fight? What are you gonna do? Well, you gonna get them to open the Strait of Hormuz? You're gonna stop digital ID? Or are we going to stop? Like, we don't have that in our power. We need to be praying about this.
I don't agree with that. My thing is that all of this is going on because we are failing to take control of our own lives. We are letting these people speak for us and do actions for us that we do not want. We are the problem. Because it's like people are willingly serving the devil. But people don't want to say that. People don't want to repent and come back to the Most High God. People would rather be docile and let these people be in charge of their lives so that they don't have to think for themselves. And that's the problem. Everybody talk about sovereignty, but don't understand what that word really means. You have to be in control of your own life. That's what makes you a king. That's what makes you a queen. If you guys don't understand what a trust is, you're not going to properly understand the Bible, because that's what it's talking about. If you guys don't understand what sovereignty is, you're not going to understand what the Bible's talking about, because that's what it's about. But I'm just gonna be looked at as some black man on here just rambling, a conspiracy theorist, when I'm telling you why I have no bone to pick in this fight. I got less than 500 subscribers on here. I'm not making no money doing this. The way my channel is being blocked, because I'm just telling you all the truth. I got over 300 something plus videos, and I'm not even at 1,000 subs yet, because I'm trying to inform you all and implore you all to turn your brains back on. And stop letting these people make these wild ass decisions for you.
I need to be in my word. I'm telling you, when God woke me up, I had no idea that this would be taking place at this point. But I am thankful that he did just in time, so I can see, so I can trust and believe and put my faith in where I know what is happening. This is why they're escalating things so fast. And it was not making sense to me last year with the digital ID rollout and just nothing, and people were not paying attention. And I was like, this is the most important thing. And no one was really discussing it, maybe a little bit here and there. But for the majority, you didn't see it on the news much. You didn't see a lot of big podcasters talking about it, and certainly not the 20 bills that was essentially, like I
That's
said,
what I'm
in freedom
saying.
of speech, and
It's only a few creators actually putting their channels on the line talking about this
and
stuff.
just the bioengineered meats, and which is another thing by Bill Gates, the ticks that now make you allergic to beef. Yeah, people have died from that. It was snowballing, and it was like this urgency that I had to talk about it. And now that this is happening, I'm seeing every single piece lay out, and it is directly when it talks about famines, wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, because we can't get pesticides, right? We're not able to get the things we need to actually grow food here. Farmers are already struggling already.
Yeah.
And again, I will break that down in another one, but this is just show you, not only are we seeing it in gas, but also people are seeing it at the grocery store. They're seeing it at the stores. And maybe you have. Let me know in the comments.
This economy is so bad. $33 for toilet paper? We can't even afford to shit.
Like, are we dead serious right now? Like, are we dead ass? Is this real life?
Like what?
Look at that. You gotta be fucking kidding us, Ruffles.
A regular Coke, 3 for $20.97.
3 for $20 is wild.
Like, actual soda, $21.
What the fuck? Used to get a whole cup.
$13.99
for some orange juice.
For what? A gallon of orange juice? Y'all must be out of y'all. For 2 pounds of lunch meat, $23. How the hell we supposed to feed our kids on this crap?
Truly, look at this. Look how small this pack is. Seriously, that fits like in my palm. Crazy.
The grocery stores are like, it looked like it haven't even been touched.
Because can't nobody afford it.
134
no one can
orbital
afford
launches
this mess
in 1 year.
And it's going to
more
get
than
worse.
Every other country on Earth.
Every hour that Strait is closed, the prices are just going to continue to go up and up and up and up. I hope you guys are starting to become aware. I hope you guys are starting to become informed. And you guys are preparing, because at the same time that all of this is going on, the United States dollar is going down the tank. I keep telling you all to buy you some gold and silver. Take your money out these banks, because they about to get ready to take your money out the banks too. Once these banks start going over, they're going to take your money. So I advise you to take your money out and start converting it into real money, because this paper money is monopoly money. It's not real. I pray to the Most High that you guys are watching these videos. If not mine, hers, make sure you guys go and subscribe to Melanie. Make sure you guys subscribe to me. Hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I drop a video here. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. I believe we 28 away from the 500 mark. So sub up and join the kingdom, and make sure you guys repent. Start keeping the commandments of the Lord. Read your Bibles, become informed, study, understand what is going on. But with that being said, King Marcel out. Peace.
Money grows, devil is alive, looking for the prize. That's eternal life, and bringing the change in my mind. Talking real peace of mind.